Flex Friday on Prize Picks. Any $20 entry is protected. Only day I recommend to do a 6-man. Quick recap of yesterday. We hit our day 2 of the ladder day challenge. We're on to day 3 today. Our 5-man went 3 of 5. So hopefully we can hit that flex today. And of course, the ladder day challenge, we're up to day 3, $80 entry. So let's bring up my 2 top picks for today. And my top pick for today is going to go with Contavious Pope. And I'm going to be taking his fantasy score at 19.5. Past 10 games, he's gotten over 90% when his fantasy score is at 19 or above. Past 5, obviously, you can see he's gone over. Should be a good game against Boston. Should be competitive. The role players and the starters should all have a good game today, given it's not a blowout. Pope is a strong role player for the Denver Nuggets, so I see him clearing 20 for this one. And I'm going to be pairing it with an NBA first half. And I'm going to go with the fantasy score, and I'm going to go with CJ McCollum. I was torn between his full game fantasy or his first half, but it seems like he is a quick starter. And given it's going to be a competitive game against the Suns, I think the Pelicans have a better record than the Suns. So I'm going to take CJ McCollum first half over. He's gone over 85% in his past 12 games. So I want to be taking his first half over against Phoenix. Good thing about him, he does get a lot of rebounds and assists, and he has block potential to upgrade his fantasy. So those are my top 2 picks for day 3 of the ladder day challenge. $80 entry as Contavious Pope and CJ McCollum over fantasy. So let's head on over to our Flex Friday slip, which brings me back to the both of the day 3 ladder day challenge players. I'm going to go with Pope, but this time I'm going to be taking his points and assist. You can also take his points at 10. I like it. Got some push equity. He's gone over 80% when his points prop is at 9 or above. I'm going to be taking his points and assists at 11.5. He does average about 2 to 3 assists a game, but he can get this on points alone. So that is my first leg for the Flex Friday slip, which brings me to my another favorite, CJ McCollum. This time we'll be taking his full game fantasy at 33. He's been averaging over 40, so I see him going over. I just took his full game, his first half fantasy on my ladder day challenge just for the fact that he is a quick starter and has a higher percentage to hit than his full game fantasy score. So it's a big reason why I took it on the ladder day challenge, just to feel a little bit more confident. But I'm just as confident with his full game fantasy as well. My third leg brings me up to the MVP. I'm going to go with Joel Embiid. Having another MVP season. I'll be taking his fantasy score at 59.5. I would like if it was at 58.5, but I'll take it anyway. He has a ceiling of 70 or more. Going against Orlando, only thing I'm scared about this is a blowout. But Orlando's been playing good lately. So I'm going to take Philly money line, but I'm going to take Joel Embiid on his fantasy score over. My fourth leg I'm going to go with is DeJounte Murray. And I'm going to be taking his rebounds at 4.5. Another option is his fantasy score. It's a little bit too high, but that's due to the fact that Trae Young is not playing today. So usually DeJounte Murray steps up. I'm going to be taking his rebounds because he's been averaging about 5-6 rebounds a game with Trae Young in the lineup. And without him, I think he's going to blow past his line. I think it might get bumped to 5. So at 4.5, I'm going to be taking it over against Miami. My fifth leg I'm going to go with is Brandon Ingram. And I'm going to be taking his rebounds at 4. I like the push equity, but he's been averaging about 5-6 rebounds in the past games. His past 10, he's gone over 8 of those past 10 with his rebound prop at 4 or above. Worst case scenario, he has push equity at 4, but I think he should get easily 4 rebounds or more on this matchup. And my last leg, it's going to be a role player I usually don't take. But I'm going to take Julian Champagny. I guess I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but I'm going to be taking him his full game fantasy at 14.5. Victor Wembanyama is not in this lineup. So usually Julian steps up. He does have a lot of rebound potential, given with Victor out. I'm going to be taking his fantasy score at 14.5. I also compared it with Daily Grind Fantasy, and it has a 53.2% hit rate to go over on his fantasy at 14.5. So I'm going to be taking that as my sleeper option. So those are my top 6. For the Flex Friday, it's a free roll. Only time I recommend a 6-man, but it's a free roll. If I lose, I get the money back. So you got nothing to lose. You got Pope over points and assists, CJ over fantasy, Embiid over fantasy, DeJounte Murray over rebounds, Brandon Ingram over rebounds, and Julian over fantasy score. All these are compared to Daily Grind Fantasy, and they all have a 52% or higher hit rate. So mix and match, pick your favorite, mix it with NFL or other props, other sports. But these are the 6 I'll be going with. Good luck. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.